Kadi dunanye aline maduna fanania bisimila okadi dunanye. The reason I'm singing that song basically is it's you. You are my guest. So you cannot really be fully an artist without a story. You know that. Everyone knows that. I mean, every work that we do in this world have to see with some kind of a storyline.
Baba Wague Diakite, Wague to most, is from Mali, West Africa, where he spent his childhood tending sheep and listening to his grandmother's stories.
In the evenings, we will be exposed to stories all the time from the elders of the compound. My grandmother was a great storyteller, left a lot of influences with me. We are taught that stories are truly based on our own existence. So therefore, our own behaviors are usually transformed into folktale to help us understand, the right way of doing things.
When Wague left his village for school in the city, he found that pictures were often the common language.
A lot of children speak 3-4 languages before they go to school. So the layer between us and a new language, especially written new language, was more of the drawing so than anything else. I remember those days, teachers, every word has to be drawn simply because we have to understand it that way. And a time came that I actually became so good at drawing that I was the main drawer for the entire school.
In 1984, Wague moved to Oregon, where he again turned to illustration to tell his stories. His wife, sculptor Rana Nuenschwander, urged him to try his hand at ceramics. Clay quickly became his canvas.
She started teaching me just doing simple things like slip casting clay and attaching them together. And I started doing that. And I did so many of them, and people will just go nuts. I had no idea why they want to buy them so fast myself. But a lot of them, everything I made sold, and that's when I got connected to the gallery.
Wague has illustrated 2 books for children and is working on his 3rd. Each illustration is a hand-painted tile.
My influence truly comes from Africa. I find the idea of using animals in storylines so fascinating that I really carry that on. This bowl right here, I made this. This was for Rana's birthday. It's got symbols here that I personally heard over and over. My grandmother tells stories about the serpent. The serpent is a symbol of creation. They say today the world has high places, it has low places, and that is the movement of the serpent. My grandfather always say, if you gather the sound of all birds together, you will find the secret of the creation. And whether this is true or not, I carry it with me.
You see in Wague's work his whimsical take on humans, their relationship to animals and the environment. As one critic calls it, a lyrical dance of our collective experience.
Mix this with a little bit of red. That's my favorite color, my favorite background color. Make sure there's enough water in there. So very lightly. Very beautiful and creamy. The best way to do your art is do it as it comes out of your head. Then you have the original piece there. I'm painting directly on a green ware. So this piece that I'm painting on right now has not been fired. Okay. I don't know any other clay artist that does this, but I do it simply because I will be able to scratch through my pieces if I want to. This is my version of a chameleon and the rabbit. And the chameleon is going to be giving a gift to the rabbit. Basically, the gift will be a pot. This is rabbit's walking stick. So what I need to do now is start scratching. Woo! This is the most exciting part of it, but it's also the most critical part, because what happens is if you don't do it at the right moment, you're gonna end up actually ruining the piece. And since this is from a traditional folk tale, the rabbit and the chameleon, you have to make sure you add some extra details to it, you know, like making the rabbit ears very elegant. To really appreciate art, you have to understand art. You have to understand the individuals that make art. I'm always identify as African artist, which I endorse very well for the sake of my father and my mother being African and myself being African. But here the way I look at it, I am a person first, you know, and then I'm an African. So therefore, if you see my art, what you see is the person I am first. And maybe my art can guide you to where I come from.